Huh? No, I've never really mixed with it. Oh, it is? Is that one in there?
What do you say? What do you know? It's the Already Clear Show here on Wi-Fi 1460. It is Tuesday, and we have a stunningly great lineup for you. We'll lead off with Ryan Kittle, the former Chicago White Sox. He'll be in town. He'll be on our show. We got a couple guys from ESPN, along with Kyle Eckel, Chris Dolman, Brady Quinn from the Brady Quinn Foundation, the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, will be in with us tonight, talking with Chris and myself. We have Jason McKee out of Chicago. He'll be involved in our show tonight. And we have Kwame Fisher-Jones, another guy from ESPN. He'll be in. And if I can say Martin's last name, Hobashian, he'll be with us tonight also. So we have like 6 or 7 guests with us today on the Already Clear Show. Give us from Monday and over the weekend, as my daughter graduated college, and we were up there for the weekend, and this was a brutal ride up and down the highways, 1,000 miles driving. So we didn't do our show yesterday, but we are live today here at Wi-Fi Studios 1460 doing our show. I want to talk about the NFL for a second and tell you how bad that the NFL is really getting. And the penalties being called, the referees taking the games in their own hands, of 9 calls, of bad calls. It's just incredibly bad. I mean really bad. If a football player catches the football and I hit him with my shoulder up top, like near his shoulders, I'm supposed to hit him that way. I want to separate him from the ball and make it an incomplete pass. When they call penalty on that after he catches the ball and call him a defenseless receiver, well, how can you really be defenseless if the ball's in your hands? Aren't you supposed to defend that player who has the ball in his hands? Because if you don't hit him, he can just keep on running for a touchdown. But if you hit him too hard, you're going to get a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down, better field position, and can cost you games. The referee in the Chicago Green Bay game was terrible. While Jason McKee on tonight, he does a show out of Chicago. He's a former running back for Chicago Bears. Everybody and the mother knows that that was a horribly officiated game. 2 pass interference against the offense. Finally, a defensive pass interference, and they don't call it, and Green Bay wins the game 21-13. Not to say the Bears would have won that game, because they still had to score a touchdown, they still had to get a 2-point conversion, and they still had to go to overtime and win it and stop Green Bay. But at least it was giving them the opportunity. Now that they lost that game, and they fall back in the pack, where Green Bay already, now they clinched the division, and there's a chance that the Bears might not make it after starting off at 7-1. Is Lovie Smith's job in jeopardy? I don't think so. I think they love him out in Chicago, but then again, you never know what's going to happen in the NFL. The referee's got to keep that flag in their pocket. They're trying to protect the game, but they're taking so much out of the game by throwing that yellow flag and calling personal foul penalties that it's not really an enjoyable thing to watch. Because truth of the matter is, when you're watching an NFL football game, and they got a lot of people watching them games, I'm sure DirecTV with the Red Zone and the rest of the games that come on, and NBC and Fox Network, they bank on making millions and millions and billions of dollars on the NFL. And you're going to look on almost each and every play that the ball's up in the air for a flag. Either a personal foul, pass interference, a late hit, defenseless receiver. I never thought a receiver would be defenseless with the ball in his hands. If he's dumb enough to go over the middle and catch that ball, and my safety hits him clean, but hits him hard, and you're going to say, well, he was defenseless, then how could you ever play the game of football in the middle of the football field? Because usually, that's when guys get whacked, in the middle of the football field. And sometimes it's the quarterback's fault for leading that receiver into the middle of football, and then here comes the blind side. Not Aaron Quinton either, in the blind side from Michael Orr in the movie. I'm talking about the blind side up. When he catches the ball, the first thing you got to do is concentrate on the ball and look at the ball to catch it. Second thing is you got to turn upfield and try to run with the ball to get a touchdown and get closer to the goal line or run into the end zone. So when you're watching that ball or you're looking at the ball in your hands, which you're supposed to, and then all of a sudden you turn your head, and here's the defender, he cracks you, what was he supposed to do? Wait for you to catch the ball, make 2 or 3 steps, and then tackle you? The roughing the passer, the defenseless receivers, it's way out of hand in the NFL, and it's making the game of the NFL supposedly to be the great game of all games, number one sport in all the world in the America, because soccer is the number one sport in the entire world. But in the United States of America, the NFL is number one. And if they take that number one product and what they're doing to it is diluting it, making it more like a 707, why don't they just put the LFL in there, the Lingerie Football League? Really? It's terrible, it's bad for business, it's bad for the game, and it just makes these games where you give other teams opportunities to win football games, which they should never be in, but the referees throwing that yellow flag and deciding what's going to happen in that game, during the game, because it only takes one or two flags, a holding penalty, a personal foul, late hit, automatic first down, for you to get in the game and maybe win that game or continue to win in the game, whatever it may be. But I'll tell you one thing, the referees and the guys upstairs in charge of the referees, because they get rated every week, by the way, got to do a better job than they're doing now. Thank you, Jones, for doing YouTube for us. That's the Artie Clear Show here, Wi-Fi 14.6. You can catch me 5 out of 7 days here. Also catch me on Fox with Mike North. I'm on there 9:15 and 10:15. That's Saturday and Sunday. And then we do a 5-minute thing on Wednesday morning on the Wing 560. That's out of Chicago with Mike and myself. That YouTube that gets on video that you can see that. They'll put that up on Facebook also. So a lot of great things happen in the Artie Clear Show. And the lineup, each and every day that we put a lineup there, we try to do our best to bring you a quality lineup, to bring you something that's happening with today's football, as we have Mike Adams going to come on Thursday. He's the safety for the Denver Broncos, as well as Brady Quinn coming on today, the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, we want to talk not NFL football with him, we want to talk about the national championship game, as he was the quarterback of the Irish when he went 10-1. Charlie Weiss had it there. He was the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. So there's a lot of good things happening here. We're enjoying what we're doing.